USGA in Meltdown. 11 top players boycott 3M Open after surprise rule change. That is the headline, and golf is absolutely burning right now. Grab your popcorn because this sport has officially lost its mind. The USGA is in full panic mode, and honestly, it is embarrassing. We have got 11 top players, 11 who told the 3M Open to get lost. A boycott over a rule change so brain dead that even the suits don't know what they did. This isn't golf. This is a circus with better grass. Players are furious, officials are clueless, and fans are just watching this train wreck unfold. Is this the end? Let's dive in. Before we rip this apart, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell. You do not want to miss this disaster. All right, let's break this down because this boycott is absolutely massive. We are talking 11 players, 11 who looked at the 3M Open and said, nah, we're good. And this wasn't some random no-name squad either. We are talking about big names like Ryan Fox, Jordan Spieth, S.Y. No, Eric Cole, guys who actually move the needle. So, what the hell happened? The USGA dropped a surprise rule change right before the tournament. Nobody saw it coming, no warning, no consultation with players, just here's the new rule, deal with it. And the players, they lost their minds. The rumor mill is spinning that there was a players' meeting, a closed-door session where these 11 guys basically drew a line in the sand. They said, if you're going to treat us like this, we're out. And they followed through. Boom. Boycott. Now here's the ironic part. The rule, it was about something as stupid as practicing on the previous green. Yeah, you heard that right. The USGA decided to crack down on players rolling putts on the green they just finished. Like, who even cares about that? Meanwhile, slow play is killing the sport. But no, let's focus on the real issues, right? Jim Furyk, a veteran who's seen it all, literally said he didn't even know the rule existed. Let that sink in. A guy who's been on tour for decades had no clue about this. If the players don't know the rules, what does that tell you about the leadership? The rage here is real. These suits at the USGA are so out of touch, they're making decisions in a boardroom that affect guys who actually have to go out and perform. It's like a CEO telling a chef how to cook. You don't do that. You trust the people who actually know what they're doing. And the players, they're fed up. This isn't the first time the USGA has pulled something like this. It's a pattern. And the boycotting players basically said, we're not your guinea pigs. Fix your system. Then we'll talk. But here's the kicker. While these 11 were sitting at home or wherever, the tournament still went on. And honestly, the 3M Open became a circus. Not because of the golf, but because of the drama. The boycott overshadowed everything. And that's exactly the kind of chaos the USGA deserves. Look, golf is supposed to be about competition, about skill, about the game, not about bureaucratic nonsense, but here we are. A surprise rule change, a massive boycott, and the USGA acting like everything is fine. Spoiler alert, it's not. Now, if you thought the boycott was bad, wait till you hear about Lucas Glover. This guy is the chairman of the Player Advisory Council, basically the player's voice to the tour, and he pulled a stunt that had everyone talking. So Glover is playing the final round at the 3M Open. He rolls in a 10-foot birdie putt on the 10th hole. Normal stuff, right? But then he walks off the green, takes off both his shoes, and walks back onto the green in his socks to fish his ball out of the hole. Socks. On the green, in front of cameras. The broadcast immediately went nuts. The announcer literally said, "What was that? I'm so confused. I've never seen this before." Everyone thought it was a protest against aim point, that green reading technique where players stomp around the hole to feel the break. Glover has trashed aim point before, calling it rude and saying it should be banned because it slows down play. And guess what? His playing partner, Max Grazerman, happens to use aim point. So the theory made perfect sense. A protest, live on TV, in the middle of a tournament. It was juicy drama. But then Glover cleared it up. He said the shoes had nothing to do with aim point. Instead, he had been told that players behind him complained about his metal spikes marking up the greens. A rules official flagged him, and Glover decided to be lighthearted about it. Complaints behind me about spike marks. I wear metal. Someone in the group ahead of us was, too. Singled me out. Just goofing off, he wrote on social media. Yeah, sure, Lucas. Silly. That's what we're calling it now. A grown man walking around in socks on a professional golf course because someone complained about his shoes. And you're the chairman of the Player Advisory Council? The guy who's supposed to represent the players? This is the face of leadership? Here's the thing. The distinction matters. Glover is no ordinary voice on tour policy. The 2009 U.S. Open champion joined the Player Advisory Council this season and was named its chairman. Next season, he takes a seat on the tour's board as a player director, replacing Adam Scott. Slow play and green etiquette are exactly the issues he will help decide. And this is how he behaves? By taking off his shoes like a toddler throwing a tantrum? And get this, Glover's little stunt might have been silly, but the timing was terrible. He was in contention playing solid golf, but on the very next hole, the 11th, he made a triple bogey. He ended up finishing outside the top 50. So not only did he look ridiculous, but he also threw away his tournament. Great job, champ. Really stuck it to the man. And honestly, this just shows the state of golf right now. The player's own representative is pulling stunts like this while the USGA is busy destroying the sport from the top down. It's chaos everywhere. Whether it was a protest against aim point or a goofy response to spike mark complaints, the optics were terrible. Glover made himself look like a clown on national television, and the USGA looked like they had no control over their own players. It's embarrassing for everyone involved, but wait, this mess didn't start at the 3M Open. Oh no, this has been brewing for a while. Rewind to the U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills, and you'll see the USGA's new Code of Conduct policy in full effect. Joaquin Niemann, who plays on LV Golf, had a nightmare on the 6th hole. He hit 2 drives out of bounds, so he was already in deep trouble. Then he had to deal with fire ants near his ball, asked for a ruling, got denied, and just lost it. He kicked the flag marking his ball, kicked the grass, and then, and this is the good part, he chucked his club at least 50 yards. A volunteer actually said, "It was a pretty impressive throw." The USGA came down hard. They slapped him with a 2-stroke penalty for serious misconduct under Rule 1.2b. That turned his 9 on the hole into an 11. An 11 on a par 4. And he finished the first round with a 78. Here's where it gets spicy. Niemann was the first player to get hit with this new penalty. The majors introduced this policy in 2026, and they made an example out of him. His coach called the penalty arbitrary. Niemann himself said, "I feel like everybody had some misbehavior, and it's never going to be anything major like a 2-shot penalty." And he's got a point. You're telling me that in a sport where slow play is rampant, where players curse on camera, where Sergio Garcia literally broke a tee box at the Masters and only got a warning, throwing a club in frustration is worth 2 strokes? Consistency? The USGA doesn't know the meaning of the word. Just look at the Jon Rahm situation. At the same U.S. Open, Rahm could be heard dropping a hard F-bomb after a missed putt. According to the new Code of Conduct guidelines, language like that is one of the 14 examples of unacceptable behavior that could be disciplined. Did he get a penalty? Nope. And it gets worse. Video emerged of Rahm kicking his driver forward multiple times during the second round under the same rules that penalized Niemann. Abuse of player equipment, such as violently and intentionally throwing or kicking a club in anger, is explicitly listed as unacceptable behavior. Did Rahm get a penalty? Nope again. He missed the cut anyway, but the inconsistency is staggering. The Niemann camp was furious about the inconsistency. They argued that his act was not far more egregious than what others had done, and that he was being unduly penalized by comparison. Niemann tried to appeal the decision, but the USGA said there was no appeal process and that all key decision makers were in agreement. Now let's talk about the LIV versus PGA angle. Neiman is a LIV guy. The USGA and PGA Tour have made it clear they don't like Levy. So is this just the old guard attacking the new blood? You bet it is. The breakdown here is simple. The sport is a mess. The USGA is acting like a dictator, making rules nobody asked for and enforcing them inconsistently. Players are frustrated, officials are clueless, and the fans are stuck watching a soap opera instead of a sport. If Niemann's offense was worth 2 strokes, why did Rahm get a free pass? The answer is obvious. Because the USGA picks and chooses who to punish, and that is not how sports should work. Now, for the ultimate irony. While the adults were busy acting like children, boycotting, taking off shoes, throwing clubs, a 21-year-old rookie walked in and stole the whole damn show. Jackson Koivin. Remember that name. He turned pro just 24 days before the 3M Open. It was only his 3rd professional start. And he went out there and beat the best player in the world, Scottie Scheffler, by 3 strokes. Koivin shot a 10 under 61 on Saturday, then followed it up with a bogey-free 66 on Sunday. He finished at 25 under par, setting a new tournament record. And get this, while he was trying to close it out, all he could hear from the crowd was, "Scotty's coming, Scotty's coming." The world number 1 was charging, putting on a show. But Koivin didn't flinch. He just kept playing his game. "I just tried to tune that out and keep playing the golf I knew I could," he said. That's the difference between the veterans and the rookies right now. The vets are too busy complaining, boycotting, and throwing tantrums. The rookies, they just play. No drama, no excuses, just winning. Koivin's college career is legendary. He won every major award twice. He broke the NCAA career record for scoring average. He led Auburn to a national championship. And now, he's got a PGA Tour win in his pocket. The irony is painful. The 3M Open was supposed to be a disaster because of the boycott and the rule change. Instead, it gave us one of the most exciting wins of the season. A rookie taking down the world number 1. So what does this say about golf? It says the establishment is broken. The USGA, the PGA Tour, the veteran players, they're all stuck in their ways, fighting over nonsense. Meanwhile, the young guns are coming in and showing them how it's done. No politics, just golf. And that's the saddest part of all. The sport is supposed to be about moments like this, a rookie defying the odds, beating the best, writing his own story. Instead, we're talking about boycotts, protests, and penalties. The USGA and the players need to get their act together before the rookies take over completely. So there you have it, golf fans. The USGA is in full meltdown mode. 11 players boycotted. Lucas Glover took off his shoes like a toddler. Joaquin Niemann got hammered with an 11. And a 21-year-old rookie had to save the whole damn tournament. If this isn't the most golf thing ever, I don't know what is. The sport is a complete mess right now, and honestly, it's hilarious to watch. The suits are clueless, the players are entitled, and the fans are just here for the chaos. Drop a comment below. Do you think the USGA is a joke, or are the players being crybabies? And don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell for more golf drama. See you in the next one.